Welcome to another episode of Young Lad in the Corner. And today I'm joined by my fellow Cast 5 mate, Ferhad. So, well, yeah, he's certainly on topic today, because today we're going to be discussing the Book of Boba Fett. Well, specifically the trailer that just came out. So, I, myself, am a huge Star Wars nerd, but nothing compared to you, Ferhad, so I'm definitely interested to hear your opinions on the trailer.
Well, where do I begin with Boba Fett, right? I mean, like, I think he's just about everyone's favorite in the Star Wars.
He's a classic.
Like, series. He's a classic.
Yeah.
Like, he's a badass. He doesn't need lightsabers. He doesn't need the Force. He's just, if you're his target, you're fucked.
Exactly. That's what I found with his character is, like, everyone else who's, like, you know, Darth Vader, Luke, everything, they all have the Force. Like, they all have powers. And they have abilities. But Boba Fett is just Mr. Average.
Just, you know, I have rockets in my hand. I have rocket on my back.
Just some guy in the galaxy that got all this training, and now he's a badass. Like,
and you know, like it's just, I love the fact that they brought him back too, because you know, I even when
with the same actor too,
with the same actor too, Tamura Morrison.
Clones,
oh my god,
yeah.
Oh my god, and if I'm being honest, I'm a fan of the prequels for 1 to 3 more, so only because like I feel like there's a little bit more, you know, story behind. There's more like it's more open.
They got to flesh out the universe a bit more rather than the sequels didn't really flesh out too much. They just went on their own tangent, really. But
they just
with the prequels, you got to kind of explore more of the Star Wars universe and open it up to more younger viewers as well. Like, you know, that's how I was introduced to it. That was my, you know, as a young kid going to see the movies when they first came out in the theaters, and then after that, my parents were like, okay, now you have to watch these ones. And it's like, okay.
I was the same way too. I started with the prequels first, and then I started with the originals. Yeah. And I mean, the originals are obviously amazing, but I guess maybe because of my generation, I watched the prequels first. That's why I prefer those ones more. But I mean, they're all good except for the sequels, though. Let's be real.
Yeah, we shall not talk about the sequels here today.
I'll talk about it, and it sucks. That's all I have to
say. So the trailer, what did you think?
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. I thought there was so many different, like, you know, callbacks to the, you know, of when Boba Fett was working with Jabba the Hutt. I thought, you know, the droid, what was it? The spider-looking droid?
The one right at the beginning? Yeah.
Yeah, so that one was apparently, like, I don't know, there was, like, some monks that used to use it in Tatooine that when they were enlightened, that they would put their brains into the droid. And then, so, and that was an Easter egg because, like, there was, like, a comic book a while ago, and it's retcon, but still, I thought it was cool, that Bib Fortuna, remember Jabba Hutt's second-hand man?
Yeah. One with the giant tentacle, he swung around his shoulder kind of thing. Like,
the little tentacle scarf that he has. Yeah. He has his neck warm all the time. So
even though
apparently
he's on a desert planet.
Deserts get cold. So apparently in that, from what I remember, the comic had, you know, after Jabba the Hutt was, like, you know, taken out, Bib Fortuna took over, you know, basically Jabba's job. And the last we saw of him while he was in Jabba's, you know, throne was he kind of got mixed up with those monks, and there was just a bunch of those spider droids just slowly going in at him. And basically what those do is they suck your brain out, and you know that little bubble that's under that spider? That's the brain.
Lovely. Well, I remember reading that Jabba's palace, so to speak, was actually their temple initially before he just moved in and took over and set up his whole empire base there. But
oh wow, wait, so it was a temple at first?
That's what I was reading, like, you know, with the expanded universe, and I don't know if this is still canon or not. This could just be from the legend stuff that's all written in the comic books before, which Disney kind of thrown out.
Yeah,
but that was the initial theory was, you know, he kind of took it over from this group, and now they're going to be featured a lot more in the now expanded universe on TV, and we'll see the outcomes of that. So that'll be interesting to see how Boba has to deal with that. Inheriting an empire, also inheriting its problems as well as its benefits. So
from the Mandalorian show too, it was so nice seeing like what happened to the Imperial, like just basically the troopers after Luke Skywalker finished off Darth Vader and Palpatine. Like it's so interesting seeing that in the Mandalorian side, and I kind of hope that we kind of see that same thing in the Boba Fett book. This is like stranded stormtroopers with like broken up armor, don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like I love that.
That's the thing we didn't really see in the sequels. They just were like, nope, this is a brand new organization, a brand new villain. It's like, well, what happened to the Empire after the fact? Like, probably a lot of them went to go work for the First Order, but like, we want to see the broken Empire and how the rebels are victorious, and that's definitely how what Mandalorian got to show us a bit, and hopefully they continue on that path and expand it a bit more with Book of Boba. But
and it's so surprising that they still use their own currency. I don't know. I forgot what it was called, but they still have their own currency. And in the Mandalorian, they're like, I don't want that. What the fuck am I going to do with this?
The Imperial credits.
Yeah, they're like, no, I don't want this shit. Give me Beskar. What was it? The Beskar arm? Or I don't know what it was called.
Oh, yeah, with his Beskar.
Yeah, the Beskar armor. Yeah. He's like, I can't make Beskar out of this shit. Give me something else.
I noted in the trailer that, well, it starts off with him trying to find like a more of a diplomatic way of running Jabba's empire and him being called out by everybody. But then by the end of the trailer, he's kicking ass. So I'm interested to see if... I don't know whether this is the kind of trailer that gives you little snippets of things and doesn't really have like a plot line, or if it's a trailer that basically just shows you what's going to happen throughout the whole show. Like, he tries to be diplomatic, it doesn't work, he has to fight everybody. Like, is that the way the show's going to go? Like, who knows? Who knows with Disney at this point? Like,
that's
the one thing I found with Disney is like the trailers that they put out, especially even like Star Wars and Marvel, like compared to what the actual product is, sometimes it's very different. Like, you expect to see one thing in the trailer and you're like, and you see all these things, and then the finished product is not like that at all. Like,
but I agree. And also what I liked about the trailer too was that I feel like it didn't really show off. There wasn't really too much, like spoiler alerts. There wasn't too much spoilers. I feel with it. It was kind of just like meetings and then Boba Fett kicking ass. Which I mean, we all love.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see how they show his path. It'd be interesting to see how they divert from the Legends as well. Like the Legends, initially, his story was, he escapes the Sarlacc pit, continues his bounty hunting for a while until he gets back up on his feet, and then ends up fighting to become the ruler of Mandalore. But all that is out the window now.
All of it. All of it. And, I really want to know how he got out of that Sarlacc pit in this iteration. I really want to know. I was
reading an article where they basically explaining that the show isn't just going to be set in the time period they're in. They're going to have flashbacks and explanations, backstory, and that kind of stuff. So we really, really need Boba Fett escaping from the Sarlacc pit. Like, they've done it in the comics already. We all know, like, you've seen how he escapes, but we got to see that on TV. But we need to see a live action.
Tamara Morrison. We got him back for the role. He has to. You got to show me how he got out.
Absolutely. We need to know.
We almost lost him to a Sarlacc. Okay.
Yeah. But I found with the current Star Wars stuff with Disney, while I'm excited for the show, I still have some reservations. Like, I was super excited about The Bad Batch when that came out, and it was kind of disappointing overall.
Really?
Like, the first episode was amazing because it was like an hour and a bit long. And it was like, oh crap. And like, you got to see Order 66 all over again.
Oh
You see
shit!
all this cool stuff with the clones, and I'm like, okay. And then the next few episodes, it's like, what is this?
Just went on a whole new tangent.
Yeah, it's basically just. I found it was it was basically another season of Clone Wars.
Oh, is it
Like,
like the aftermath of the Order 66 after Clone Wars,
yeah,
basically?
yeah.
Oh, true.
So they expand on like what happens to the stormtroopers and what happens to the Empire and that kind of stuff, which was interesting to see. But I found the big issue I had with Clone Wars was all the filler episodes.
Oh my god, yes. Yes.
And it drove me nuts when I was watching it, to the point where like I would use a guide and just skip certain story arcs. It's like I just go on Reddit and it'd be like, oh, do I need to watch this one standalone episode where nothing happens? Okay, nope, it's not integral to the overarching story. Nope, it's gone. Off to episode 4, And I would just do
Filler
that for
episodes are
like,
brutal.
oh yeah, so like was it the one that a lot of people always hated was actually George Lucas's favorite, and it was like the story arc with C3PO and R2D2.
Oh my god, I hated
Yeah,
that one.
terrible
How the
one.
hell did George Lucas like that?
Apparently that was just like I don't think he wrote it, but it was like like his out of the show. That was the one he really liked. That story arc. I was like, really, that's the one everybody
You don't like
hates.
you don't like Darth Maul coming back? Like that's my favorite
Exactly.
part
That
of that.
jewel was amazing,
Like,
but no.
the fact
And
that
he
they
likes his
managed to
2
bring
crappy
back
droids wandering around and getting lost all the time, and C3PO screwing things up for everybody. Like, oh man. But I found like with all the money that Disney has and bringing back the Bad Batch, Clone Wars kind of universe and showing everything like that and having Dave Filoni head it as well, I was like, they don't have to do filler episodes. They can do what they want. They have so much money and they got Dave Filoni writing. I'm like, this is going to be great. Like, there's not going to be any stupid episodes. Like, each episode's going to be amazing. It's all going to, like, end to connect. Like, with Mandalorian, they were pretty close to that. And there was, like, maybe 1 or 2 episodes that could be considered filler. But overall, the story kept moving throughout.
Yeah.
But with Bad Batch, there was more than 2 for sure. Not 1, definitely 2. More than 2 of episodes where I watched it for half an hour and I'm like, well, that was a waste of time. Like, it's like the cookie cutter episode where it's like they need to get this supply. They crash land on this planet. They're looking for the supply. Things goes wrong. They escape.
They find the supply.
Yeah. And that was it. And I was like, well, nothing changed in the storyline. You had maybe a sliver of character development for 1 or 2 of them, and then that was it. Nothing else.
That's a bummer. Yeah, I actually never got around to watching. I think I watched like 1 or 2 episodes of the Bad Batch. But yeah, I think I agree with you. Like the first episode was good, and then after that, I was kind of just like,
yeah,
I don't really want to watch.
It picks up a little bit. Like there are some good bits in the show for sure, but yeah, like for the amount of money they have and the people that were writing it, I expected better. So I'm a little hesitant when it comes to the Book of Boba, but we'll see. I mean, they did a good job with Mandalorian. Like the live action seems to be doing a lot better than the animation. Like the season 1 and 2 of Mando were amazing.
Yeah, amazing. And
like
the story
season 2 was better than season 1, and we didn't even expect that. So I'm hoping with Book of Boba they do the same thing and they just blow it out the water and keep up that momentum. But was that the way?
I just really hope they kind of take from what they got from Mandalorian and just put it with Boba, because I think the thing they had with Mandalorian was so good. There was good story progression. There was filler episodes, but like, it wasn't, as you said, there was only like 1 or 2.
Yeah,
throughout the 2 seasons, and that's not that much.
As bad as Clone Wars filler episodes.
No,
like
I mean, I actually love
still interesting stories, but they were could be considered filler. But with Clone Wars, it's like this is boring.
Plus, the Clone Wars is like how many seasons? 6, 7?
6, 7, 8. I don't know. It was a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot of episodes, guys. It's a lot of episodes.
I guess it's like what 20 something, 30 something in each, because they're all like 20 minutes long.
So. And then there's like 4 or 5 filler episodes. Like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah,
that's why you need the guide.
That's why I use the guide. Yeah, I was like, this story arc isn't important. Skip.
Skip this shit.
Yeah.
Especially the R2D2 story. Ugh, yeah, that story sucked.
And I watched
But,
Rebels a little bit of that, but
mhm.
I never finished it. But I
Really?
read basically what happens, but I never finished it.
What did you think of it?
I liked it. It was
Yeah?
interesting to see, especially because it ties into the Bad Batch a little bit. Well, at the
Oh,
beginning anyway, with Kanan but I mean that's
I
pretty
just
much.
thought the lightsabers in that look so weird. They look like
Oh,
noodles.
actually, without revealing too much because you haven't seen it, but there are bits of Rebels in the Bad Batch later on in the show.
Really?
They do touch on some of the characters and Rebels in Bad
Does it
Batch.
touch on afterwards?
Not gonna ruin it.
Oh shit!
No, they're like a part of the storyline and everything. So
Yeah,
those are good
I gotta watch
episodes
that.
actually.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, Star Wars Rebels had like weird like really weird animation compared to Clone Wars, but the
yeah, it was slightly
story of
different,
it,
wasn't it?
the story of it was so good.
Oh, it was so good.
Like dark. I don't want to ruin anything. I don't want to ruin anything. I'm not gonna ruin anything. But you guys should watch it. Bad animation, but really good story.
Yes.
But what did you think of Boba Fett's armor? It's getting a little worn out there again, huh?
Yeah.
Compared to Mandalorian.
After he gave himself a new paint job in Mandalorian and freshened it all up, he's being knocked around again. I don't know.
Yeah. That's good old Boba for you. He can take a beating, but he'll beat you
prove
up.
himself to be the baddest guy around if his armor still looks fresh out of the shop. You know,
That's true.
He's gotta take some knocks again, make him. You know.
Exactly. He has to. Even if he has to hammer it, you gotta show everyone what's good. Yeah.
What do you think is gonna happen with Boba when it comes to like running Jabba or anything? Do you think they'll tie anything into Mando as well? Bring stuff from Mandalorian in?
100%. I think Mando is definitely going to come in one episode. I think Boba's just going to be like, "I need your help, Mando," and Mando's going to be like, "Okay."
Oh, that'd be
and
so
just
good.
come together. Imagine both of them fighting side by side, fucking everything up.
Yes.
Oh my god.
That. Disney, you need to make this happen.
Mando with his Beskar lance, and then fucking Boba Fett with his rockets.
Or even the Darksaber. He says the Darksaber. We don't know what's going to happen with that.
Oh yeah. Either. I totally forgot about. Wait, Mando got the Darksaber?
He did, but then he wanted to give it away, and they're like, "Oh no, you can't do that because it has to be earned." Because he's like, they're explaining him like, "Oh, you know what this means?" He's like, "Well, I don't want this responsibility." But
who wanted to fight her? There was a girl that wanted to fight him. I forgot her name. Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan was like, "Nah, I can't fight you. It's part of the rules."
Yeah. Well, I can't take it from you. It's part of the rules. We have to duel to the death.
Yeah, and they're like, I don't really want to duel to the death. So I can't wait for that now. Fucking third season of Mando having that, or maybe even Mando coming into Boba Fett with the Darksaber would be amazing.
Yeah, he's gotta. Now he has the Darksaber. He's gotta fuck them shit up with it before he loses it or gives it away or whatever they end up doing.
He's definitely not going to hold on to it for much longer. No. He's definitely something's going to happen to it.
Unless he takes on that responsibility, who knows?
Yeah.
He's a bounty hunter too, so he may end up just joining Boba in his criminal enterprise. I don't know. I don't think he's.
Maybe they form a new Mando organization. The new what do they call it again? Fuck.
The Mando's
the Brotherhood.
Like the brother, yeah, his like clan or whatever it was.
Yeah. This is the way.
Yeah.
And him making like a new organization with everyone because apparently with the Darksaber everyone has to follow him, right? He's basically like the king.
Basically just it's a crown. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I took the crown, everyone follow me now.
Mm-hmm. Be interested to see what they do in Mando, but I'm really hoping they bring some of that into Book of Boba.
Yeah.
And like that's what everyone's hoping with just a Disney in general. Like now you're creating your own kind of expanded universe, and the TV shows seem to be doing a lot better than the movies, reception wise. Anyway, like trying to interconnect them in some way. Like the what's coming up with. Oh, I mean, there's a whole list of Star Wars shows coming up, but
Yeah.
the ones with the rebel pilots, like they were touching the two pilots that you see in Mando are gonna be in the other show, and we're not going to see
Obi-Wan show is coming out soon. They didn't even make that into a movie.
Well, you know that they brought back Hayden Christensen for that as well.
Oh my god, yes, I heard, and I can't
I'm so excited.
wait. How could, especially for that show too, like you have to have Hayden Christensen with Obi-Wan. You have to.
Yeah.
That's like the whole thing with the prequels is like what happened with Obi-Wan after Order 66 and after he, basically fucked up Hayden.
Yeah. But a fun fact with Hayden Christensen is he lives on the outside of Toronto. And he has a farm. Yeah.
I'm going to visit him right now. I'm going to go
up in Uxbridge.
Oh my god! What do you think he'll do autographs?
When he quit acting, he just went off there and decided to run his own farm and do whatever. After everyone hated him.
Acting. Yeah. I kind of like. I don't know. I thought it was like it was kind of weird his acting, but like it kind of fit with the whole him turning to the dark side kind of thing.
And then like he's not meant to be like a full developed character like Obi-Wan and like the other ones. So like he's basically a moody teenager for the that
basically had bad parents.
Yeah. You're a moody teenager who wants to basically save your loved ones and end up turning to the dark side to do it and get stuck there basically because that like it's the Star Wars trilogy overall. So it's meant to be a tragedy, isn't it? It's a tragedy of Darth Vader and how he started off good but ended up turning bad and got stuck there and couldn't get out of the dark side and eventually redeems himself near the end of the movie slightly. Yeah, but
slightly.
Just a little bit.
I mean, he did kill all those Padawans. I mean, let's be real.
I mean, doesn't really, make up for everything, but it's on the right path. Yeah, but then he just dies right after, so he does,
Last good thing you can do before,
Yeah. But it'd be interesting to see if they can try and incorporate. Although Obi-Wan show is going to be set before Mando and Book of Boba, isn't it? Because it's going to be
it's coming out sooner.
That's what I thought. If they got Hayden Christensen coming in, then it's going to be Obi-Wan while he's still pre-Alec Guinness age, living on Tatooine, looking after baby Skywalker, and basically avoiding Darth Vader. That was my assumption for the show. I could be wrong. That's what I'd like the show to be anyway. Is like we've already seen, old Kenobi. We want to see how he got to be old Kenobi.
Oh, I know, that would be so cool to see him like just looking after Luke, getting old slowly, and just seeing all the shit he has to deal with in Tatooine.
Because Ewan McGregor isn't old yet. Like he's still young, so you can't turn him into Alec Guinness just
right away. Yeah, I think there's gonna be like a slow period. He'll get there. He'll get
don't need to add
be the badass.
Everything else to him. He'll get to that age eventually.
First, let him duel Darth Vader before he gets to that age, and then we'll talk. Because that's what I really want to see. Apparently, actually, in the comics too, that Obi-Wan did fight Darth Vader while he was hiding. And then I think it was retcon too, because there's a lot of shit from the comic books for retcon. But that was really cool, just seeing them fight before, like while he was on Tatooine hiding.
I'd like to see a live action Ahsoka, Darth Maul, Obi-Wan, Darth Maul duel.
Yes.
So we got to see in the Rebels and Clone Wars.
Oh, the Obi-Wan and Darth Maul duel is the most. It's so short but so legendary.
Yeah.
Just all the hate.
Them battle it out again. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, that would be so. And especially I would love to see Darth Maul in the Obi-Wan show for sure. I think he has to be there. And I also think if they're doing the Boba Fett, and since Boba Fett is on Tatooine, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think if they can somehow bring Obi-Wan into the Boba Fett trailer, just to kind of like a teaser, like, oh look, he's here. The show's coming
Yeah.
out soon. I would be amazing. I think maybe even like the last episode, the way they did with Mando, where they announced Boba Fett book, they could do the same thing with Obi-Wan. I really hope they do that.
One thing I'm kind of hoping they would have is they touched upon it in the Han Solo movie, but because that didn't do so well, they're not gonna really do anything with that. But it was like the very end, how it turns out that Darth Maul, because that's what Darth Maul did. He went and ran his own criminal enterprise, and they touched upon that right at the very end, where it turns out, he's behind it all along. I was like, well, if he's running a criminal enterprise, can we have, although because of the time difference and when he dies, hopefully try and incorporate that into either Book of Boba or Obi-Wan.
It's true too, because they technically brought him back in the Han Solo movie, so he's technically canon alive, right? Is that canon? The Han Solo?
When that's set for young Han Solo, so
oh no, that's
in
way
between the prequels and this regulars.
Yeah,
and then he dies after.
It was after. I don't remember when he dies. Must have been years after, right?
Rebels?
Yeah. It was during
the
Rebels.
very beginning of. Yeah, before episode 4. I'm assuming, because he died in Rebels when Rebels was still building himself up to be the Rebel Alliance, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he probably won't be alive
so
unless Disney decides to turn things around and go, you know what, he is alive, and surprise!
He didn't die. Look at this, he's back.
Yeah. Well, these have flashbacks and stuff too.
Oh yeah, the flashbacks I think in these shows is probably the best part, because you can see stuff that you missed and that you really wanted to see from back when Boba Fett was still working with Jabba the Hutt, or like Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. What did Obi-Wan do right after? Like, what did he do on Mustafar? Yeah. Like, I want to see all the little nooks and crannies that we didn't get to see, and I feel like the flashbacks are going to do that job perfectly.
Yeah, we want to see how he moved on from the Empire to do whatever he was doing, and how he lost his armor too. That was the other thing. He didn't have his armor during Mando, and he had to go claim it from Mando after Mando took it. So how did he lose his armor? We want to see that too.
Did the Sarlacc just spit it out and not him? Like, how did that happen? So true.
But the sound of it, especially with Boba Fett, like his story's been with Boba Fett, his story's been expanded so much in the different comic books and online all over the place. But now Disney has canon. There's a lot of source material they could pull from, and they could go anywhere with his story. So as long as you just pick a good one, we'll be fine.
Yeah. Star Wars is probably the most expansive universe I've ever seen in any story.
Yeah.
There's so many planets.
Hundreds of books and comic books and
all of it. So many characters, so many Jedi, so many dark side Vaders. Not Vader, but like Plagueis, fucking all those old like all the old Siths are like, I really want to know more about it too. Like the Old Republic too. I really want to learn more about that.
I'm waiting for that show. That'll be good.
Yeah, that's gonna be really good. I cannot wait for that. So I hope
how it turns out. I mean,
I really want to know how
with Disney after Bad Batch, but confident that with live action they did a good job. So as long as they don't screw it up, we'll be fine.
I feel like there's some difference between the live action and the cartoons they make. I don't know, like who?
Yeah,
Dave Filoni made Bad Batch too, right?
Yeah, he made both though. He was involved in Mando as well as Bad Batch. Because you saw him. I remember he was the back of the behind the scenes clips and stuff they had for Mando. You just got like Dave Filoni just fangirling over live action Ahsoka. He was getting so excited about it when she like first walked on set. He's like, "You're my character."
I finally see her in real life.
Yeah. But that's another thing. I really want to see her in the show. We need
I
more
really want to see
backstory on
Ahsoka.
her.
Yeah, 100%. I really want to see Ahsoka. I really want to see some of the like people we are not expecting to be in the show. I want to see Bosk. I don't know where Bosk is, but
Yes.
like I really want to see Bosk or any of the old bounty hunters. Like if Cad Bane is still alive, I'd love to see Cad Bane. Also, speaking of, do you know the dent on his helmet? Little like weird one that's like on this side. So apparently, I don't know if this is true or not, but back in Star Wars Clone Wars, there was in the cartoon, there was a cutout scene of Boba Fett being like maybe like a mid-teenager. He was like a little bit more grown up. He wasn't a kid anymore. And he was fighting Cad Bane. And that's how he got the dent, is Cad Bane shot him in the head. So I really want to see that if that's true.
They touch on that in Bad Batch.
Oh,
I
really?
just don't remember if they eliminated that as canon or if they changed it into something else.
Oh, that would be so cool if it was canon.
I remember reading those stories when the episode came out because everyone was discussing it. I just don't remember whether they stuck with that story or they changed it to something else in the show.
A Bad Batch explains how he got the dent.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, no.
All the things you're asking for, you need to go watch the Bad Batch now.
I think I need to go watch it. Even if it's like not that great, I still gotta go finish it.
Yeah.
There's some info I need. There's some info.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for it, honestly.
Yeah, I'm excited for it too. I'm looking forward. I'm more hyped about the Obi-Wan show rather than Book of Boba.
Yeah.
With Obi-Wan, we kind of at least kind of know what we're gonna expect.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be all about him and that kind of stuff. Because we know the story of Obi-Wan because he's already dead in the canon. Like he's already died, so we know his timeline of things generally. But
we just don't know what happened to him.
It's
on
all
Tatooine.
fresh.
Yeah.
With Boba, everyone just assumed he died in episode 5, 6.
Yeah.
When he fell in the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah.
But then
yeah, like I actually cannot wait for it. And even though like Disney has it's not the greatest story writing for some stuff, but like, if they can hit it out of the park, let's see what happens. But I also heard apparently Star Wars Squadrons is going to be delayed.
That was the show I was thinking of with the X-Wing pilots.
Oh yeah. So that got apparently delayed, but I cannot wait. If you're telling me this, from the 2 pilots from Mandalorian?
That's what I heard. Is it's going to be that kind of thing, like that, basically rebel pilots who patrol the galaxy and like a fighter
cool.
/ police thing, maintaining law and order. But
that's a good story. Just flying around the universe.
Yeah, I wonder what they're gonna have to do with. I'm blanking on the name already. The one that got let go from Mando after she.
Oh yeah, she made those homophobic
said some things on
right?
Twitter that she shouldn't have had.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna replace her.
Great. Yeah, I don't know if they're just gonna write her out of the show or just replace her with someone else.
I loved her character, to be honest. She was from
was great.
She was from Cara Dune.
Cara Dune, yeah.
Cara Dune, yeah. Cara Dune, I thought she was like a badass girl character that like literally could fuck up everything. Like, if you see how big she is, she could fuck me up, honestly. And I thought she was like a breath of fresh air of like a different type of character for a girl.
Yeah.
Because you always see like, oh look, I'm a damsel in distress, this and that. No, this girl's a badass. She's kicking everyone's ass left, right, and center. She can even kick Mando's ass, I think. I don't even know. Yeah.
That's why I was so excited to see Bo-Katan in live action.
Yeah.
She's great in Clone Wars.
I literally screamed.
And to actually see her in real life, I was like, yes.
And she looked and that's actually the voice actor for Bo-Katan in Clone Wars.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually her.
Nice.
So it's awesome that you can even hear the same voice. And it's like she looks exactly like her too, so it's awesome.
Yeah. But
I would also like to see what happens. Yeah. Sorry, one
Yeah.
last thing. I really
Yeah.
want to know what happens to their planet. What was it called again? The Mando planet? What was it called?
Oh, yes, because no one really knows. Mandalore.
Mandalore. I really want them to go to Mandalore. I
Because
really want them to go to
Darth
Mandalore.
Maul kind of messed it up, really.
And
With
ever
Clone
since
Wars, he
then,
basically destroyed the planet, and then they all like, "Oh, we can't go back there." Then why?
oh, like,
Why? We need
yeah,
answers.
exactly.
What
Why can't you go
What
back
happened
there?
after the war that
Yeah, like
you
what happened
can't
to
live there
everything?
anymore? What did the Empire do to you guys?
Exactly. I really need to see that.
Hopefully, there's some flashbacks there.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what Boba was. He tried going to Mandalore and had to escape.
didn't make it. He's like, no, I can't do it. It's probably filled with Imperials right now because that's who
Yeah,
had it last time, right?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait for it. Honestly, new Star
It'll be
Wars
good,
content. I'm all over it.
especially with all the different ones that are coming out. It's gonna be some really good content in the next few years.
And it's all different too. It's like
Yeah,
nothing is the same. Like one is about the pilots from those two guys. Like I would have never thought of that being a show, but like I would love to watch it because it just sounds so funny and it would be amazing seeing pilots that are cops flying around the universe,
yeah.
seeing what's wrong with this and that. What are you doing over there, you alien? Get over here. Like I need to see that. That just sounds so funny.
It'll be good. I'm excited for the next few years. Hopefully, Disney does a good job. But just have to wait
Oh,
and see.
Disney.
But
Yeah.
we'll definitely do some reaction videos to each episode of Book of Boba coming up, and
And the
definitely for
Obi-Wan
the other
show.
ones as well.
Yeah, definitely for the other ones. That stay tuned, guys. We're gonna do all that.
Yes. But apart from that, I don't really have any other theories of what could happen. I'm
No,
There's so
I
many
don't have any more
directions they could
theories.
go. It could go anywhere. I don't want to. I could guess one thing and it could be completely wrong. So I'm just
I
excited
know
to
you.
find out.
I know Star Wars fans are a little bit, little bit thing with their stories or their storylines. So I don't want to disrespect anyone. I
Yeah.
may be wrong. I may be right. Just it's my opinion.
Yeah. But I guess that's it from us tonight. We're excited to bring you some more content with all the Star Wars stuff coming out soon. So hopefully some of our predictions or some of our hopes in the show materialize in the next couple of months. But we'll just have to wait and see. For now, that's Cast 5 with myself, Young Lad in the Corner, and Ferhad signing off.